Hello, beautiful souls. I'm here with you in a bit of a different look today. I tried to be very creative and do this outdoors this morning because it's a beautiful sunny day here. I'm actually in Washington State right now. So I went out for a walk on a trail, and then so many planes started flying by that the video recording didn't turn out very good. And then when I wanted to upload it from my phone, that didn't work out. So obviously not meant to be. So here I am, hiding behind the screen now, but still delivering this message from the Council of 12 who came through today. And it was a beautiful message that came through, and I'm trusting it will be very much the same around us connecting with our hearts and very simple ways of doing that. So I will call them in once again, and then as usual for this sound of love offering today, I will bring through a light language activation at the end that will anchor in what the Council of 12 bring through so that it's easier for us to integrate and really connect with what they're sharing with us. So I'll bring them through now, and then so that yawning is some clearing. So obviously there's some clearing that needs to happen for me, for all of us. I just let it flow through however it needs to be. And I will now invite them to come in. And so it is, beloved ones. It is our great joy and delight to be before you. And we say to you, we have come to you at this time, for we see much turmoil. And in this year of 2020, for many people, it feels that things are becoming amplified. And certainly they are, because you are at the point where it seems that the last vestiges of this discordant energy that have been playing out upon your earth for so long are now being cleared and released, and from your perspective it can look very disturbing. And because of that, many people are moving into their own state of concern, depression, suffering, not only because of what you are seeing in the outside world, but because of the mass consciousness of people who perhaps are not as intentional and aware in their living as you are. Those of you who hold the light and walk the path of the light, and who know that the way forward is to live in love, and to know that a new earth is being created and that humanity is in the midst of this process of transformation and evolution. For those of you who know that, you are patient as you can be, for it has been a long process, in awaiting the new energies, awaiting the new earth, anticipating all that you will create as you move higher and higher into your dimensional frequency. And many of you are then picking up on those who are still very much unaware of what is happening from the perspective that we just spoke of, and wondering what the heck is going on, and the world is falling apart, and the mayhem is also real from their perspective. And so not only are you navigating your own way, your own growth, your own expansion, you are also picking up on the energies of all of those who are becoming very distraught about the political events that are happening. And this year, of course, with the election in the United States, there is much hatred and judgment that are being placed upon your politicians. And then there are the environmental shifts that are happening that your earth is using as gently as she possibly can to bring about the transformations that need to happen. And so there is much that is happening on your earth that is creating challenge and difficulty for many. And so even for those of you who are aware, you are still feeling the energies of that. And depending on where you live and how much you are surrounded by that, then this can lead to what we would call challenging and difficult times for many, many people on your planet at this time. And this is the reason that we are wanting to speak what we are speaking today, that the pathway to ascension is through the heart. We want to let you know how to come back to this heart space and stay in your heart while you are also witness to so much chaos happening around you in the world. And we would say to you, beloveds, that the way back to the heart is to allow yourself to come back to simplicity. So it's almost like, instead of looking outside of yourself and seeing everything that's happening in the world, come back into yourself, back into your heart, for your heart resides within you, and the energy of your heart resides within your own energy field. And so as you bring your energy in a sense, you are making your world smaller. And even though it's very beneficial that this world has become one in which, with your technology, you have awareness of things that are happening around the globe, despite that, in these times, it's better for you to come back into your own world and spend more time there so that you can have a reprieve from everything that is happening in the bigger world. And it is like going into a meditation, but in this case, the meditation is coming back into your own life. And so our invitation to you, beloveds, is to start making your life more simple by putting on blinders, in a sense, just like they used to put blinders on horses, so the horses wouldn't be distracted by everything around them and get spooked and tip over the cart. It is very beneficial for you now, in a sense, to put blinders on yourself where your vision is just in your own world. And we invite you, beloveds, in this process of coming back to the heart and finding your own existence within yourself, where there is not nearly the turmoil and the pain that is being experienced in the entire world, then you can find the soft space where you can be a beacon of light in the world, because you're not filled with the fear and the anguish of others. You're living your own process, and we are not saying that the light workers are not processing at this time, because certainly you are. But when you're only working on your own self, it's much easier than taking on the world and trying to fix the whole world. It is never anyone's role to be the one who fixes the whole world. And it is by fixing your own world that you do fix the whole world, because the microcosm is the macrocosm. As above, so below. As you do within yourself, you are doing for all of humanity when you understand the concept of oneness. And so, our invitation to you this day is to come back into your own heart space for your healing, and also to come back into your life. And we would say the easiest way to do that is to let go of your technology so much and be present with the loved ones that you have around you. If you live alone, spend more time with your friends, your acquaintances. If you are truly alone and don't have many friends, spend more time in nature and make nature your friend. But what we are suggesting here is that you come back to simplicity by making your world smaller. It can be nature, it can be your family, and to really connect with people eye to eye. Take time to listen to what they have to say. Give them your undivided attention for extended periods of time. Let life be more simple, like a games night for families, or going to a cafe with your friends and playing a board game together, so that you are not distracted by the outside world. The board games becomes your meditation, and you can actually be focused in on something that's very simple and enjoyable and playful, that becomes a meditation, and what you focus on, you create. So by doing this, you are creating more simplicity in your life, which, believe us, will bring you back to your heart space. It is the complexity and being constantly pulled out of your heart up into the mind and then out into the world by the many distractions of your media, your television, your YouTube, whatever it is you use, that makes life more stressful because it's just one thing after the other. There's no stillness in that. And so we are inviting you to find the stillness by coming back into your life, by coming back into your relationships, by discovering who your children really are, by being present with them long enough to know what they really like to do and sharing that with them. Sit and give your child some crayons and see what your child likes to do without any instruction. You can learn so much about them from this. What colors do they use? Are they drawing circles? Are they drawing jagged lines with black crayon? If so, they are very much disturbed. And ask your children what their picture is about. Don't try to put words in their mouths, just ask them. This is how to be present. And many people have lost this in these times. And this is how to come back to the stillness of your own heart, come back to the creation of being family, come back to community, connecting with neighbors, walk down your street and smile at everybody you see. This is the way of coming back into your life, beloveds. And for many, it's an invitation that is somewhat frightful and probably will never happen because your distractions are a way of holding on to the past, we could say. Because when you allow yourself to be distracted, then you don't have to go in and look and see where the pain is on the inside. To be honest with what is missing. And yet, beloveds, we say to you, the only way to move beyond what is missing is to be honest with yourself and really see what it is. And so we want you to know that we are so proud of you. You have done so much. You have changed this world, beloveds. We want you to know that those of you who are incarnate at this time, regardless of your age, the older beings on your earth at this time, the older ones in your population are the ones who broke the trail, and a hard trail it was. And the new ones who are coming in, the middle-aged ones, you are all here changing the world, and you have done it, dear ones. Your world is transcending, transforming. You are on the path to ascension. And so we want you to know that as much as we encourage you with the understanding of how to get through this year that may look so challenging and difficult, we also want you to know that we commend you for all that you have accomplished. And yet we see that for many of you, life is very difficult still. And so we offer these teachings, you could say, this information that seems so simple. We offer it because we know that it can bring more joy back into your life. It can bring hope back into your heart, because when you connect back with who you are, when you connect back with your core essence, and when you connect back with the ones who are dear around you, or when you connect back with nature, which is the energy, the innocence of your true nature, then you come back to yourselves and you find that hope within your hearts once again. And so we invite you, dear ones, to turn off the news, to stop taking on other people's stories, to stop getting caught up in the hatred in your political systems, and come back to you, back to yourself. and to find out, who am I really? What do I really want to create in this world? If this world were perfect, what would it look like for me? This is the way to come back to stillness, to come back to the heart. And it is when you are almost to the mountaintop that it is so easy to give up. You are so weary at that point. And we would say to you, beloved, that that is where many of you are. Many of you are ready to reach up for that last stronghold where you will find your way to the top of the mountain. And that's often when you feel like there's just no energy left to do it. And beloveds, we want you to know that we are here, waiting there for you, waiting for you to say to us, give me a hand. I need help. I am running out of strength. I have given all that I can to be of service to the light, all that I can to be a light worker in this world, all that I can to make a difference merely by my presence. And I am weary. Council of 12, please offer me a hand and help me up in this last piece, this last step. For beloveds, very much of the stage that you are in now is the last step. And so remember to call upon us when you feel that you can't go on, when your heart feels empty. If you call upon us and then go into stillness and be with the subtle presence within your body, just be and wait and know that we will come. For those of you who are sensitive, you will feel us touching upon your heart, blessing you with our love and our grace, commending you for all that you have done. And so, dear ones, allow this message to rest upon your soul. Allow this invitation for stillness and simplicity to be a constant reminder as this year of 2020 unfolds, that the way is not to be distracted and pulled away by the chaos, but to come back home to yourself and find the perfection in your own experience. And if it is not perfection, then be honest with yourself about what it is that is yet to be healed, what it is that is showing up as your pain. Everyone has it, dear ones. It is not that the pain and the suffering ever goes away. It is the way that you conceive of it that differs. For those who have done much work in this path of clearing the debris of the past and therefore finding the light back within their own hearts again, they know that as part of this human experience, even tuning into the mass consciousness, that you continue to feel things. The difference is that it's seen as an opportunity to clear one more thing for oneself or one more thing for humanity, so that your path becomes lighter and lighter, both literally and figuratively. And by that we mean that you are creating more of the light the more you clear, and you are also feeling lighter in your emotions the more you clear, finding your way back more fully to joy and grace and ease. It only happens by going within and being honest with yourselves, beloved. That is your greatest work in this time. And we are here supporting you every step of the way, as are many, many races and beings of light at this time. Remember to look for love in your world. Look for love every day. Let that be your focus instead of the distraction of all that the media would like to have you believe. Do you have any idea how the hype of a virus can generate fear among humanity? It's quite incredible. Why not create a hype of love? With every concept of fear that exists, turn it into love, dear ones. Emanate your love to every being you see who is afraid of getting sick, afraid of dying, afraid of being caught in an earthquake, afraid of a flood. Send your love to all. For indeed, there are many environmental changes that are happening on your planet. That is undeniable. And yet, when you come back to the place of peace and knowing and internal stillness, you know that you will always be exactly where you're meant to be, experiencing what you're meant to be experiencing for the growth and development of your own soul. Perhaps not knowing what the outcome of that is meant to be. So return to trust in life. And trust that in order for this beautiful new world that you all so deeply desire to be created, then the depths of this old world are now finding their way to the surface, to be scrubbed off and cleansed and polished like a pearl. You are the ones who are doing the polishing, beloveds. See the light sparkling and shining there. See that pearl as your beloved planet Earth. Hold it in your hands. Send it all the love that you have within your heart. And see yourself there, this tiny speck, like a little electron upon the planet. See yourself there as you hold this pearl of the earth in your hands and send your love. Send your love to yourself and see that love grow and expand. See this pearl growing and expanding as your love is being poured upon it. For that is the way, dear ones. We want you to know that this little mini meditation of growing this pearl with your love is as real as everything you see in your external world. And our invitation to you is to focus on the pearl, the gem, the pearl that you are, that you hold in your hands as your creation of you, your life, your world. You are the shining pearl. And so it is, beloveds, and so it is. Okay, and so I will bring through some light language now to anchor in that vision of the pearl, knowing that we are the creators of our existence with every thought, with every intention, knowing that it's important for us to focus our awareness in the direction of what we would choose to be living. And so I invite this light language now to touch each soul, whoever listens, to feel the vibration within their essence in a way that matches their divine intent. So you may add your intent to this light language at this time, that it can hold that as well as this vision of the pearl as we create the new earth with our love. This is the way we do it, together, as one race of love. I uchkni I wa I ilachkna awa. I makta tikla achki itna. Makalawa alawa I ichkna atwa e. Utaka kaki ichkna atwa. Malakta kiki atlawa e ina. Uma. Hima no no manana mananina nananu chikatakata patakata patakatakatakatakawa. Hina wanama tikatatala nina nanano nanina na mina nama nina na nina mananina na na nu. Imanayo tiki kakala chikana nimananina nanawana. Imanayo nananina nananina. They're just showing me all the despair, all the hardship, all the feelings of distraught, kind of fading into the stars like the image on the screen, just fading away, hiding behind the stars, simply being consumed by the darkness for transformation. Oh, anina na, manina na, nina no. Imanana ne na na ni na ni na. Imanana ne na no na ni na mi na na. Umanana ni na una ni na mani yo. Imanana no na ni na ni na yo. Hianawa ichkna atwa e ila, ichkna atwa e mikna, ichkna atwa alawa apna ichna. Mikta tatlawa ichkna atwa ichkna a, iktakatat kichikna, ichkana la watne, yakna itma, ichkna atwa e ila na I. Utakalawa a achkana, itakakachwa I kanai, iya, iya, Hilawana nina namana nina manina no ina manichkanu akla ichkana manana e ichka ichkana atwa e I atwa ichkana atma ikna atwa e. Ho aniko mayako anatikaya. O makayo ichkana atwa e ikanai. Malawa I alawa e ichkana. Maktakaka kikala a. Achakana e ila. Makawa ho I akai. Maktakacha I akana. And so it is, my beautiful friends, at the end I saw us each becoming these beautiful white pillars of light and essentially turning into stars with sacred geometry overplanted over the essence of each one of us. Beautiful divine beings of light, remembering the true essence of who we are. Thank you so much to all of you who share with me how much you appreciate these messages and my videos. It really means a lot to me.